are embarking on the journey deep into the realm of computer architecture. Our focus is going to be on the cache memory, the unsung hero that keeps our memory running very fast. My name is Messiah, presenting for group 4, and then I'll introduce you to the basis of cache memory and its significance. What is cache memory? Cache memory is a high-speed, small-capacity, volatile memory unit placed in between the processor and the main memory in a computer system. Its primary function is to store frequently accessed data and instructions, allowing the processor to retrieve them quickly from the main memory. Cache memory is an integral part of the memory hierarchy, contributing to the improved performance, reducing memory latency, memory access latency. So imagine you are working at a desk. Imagine you are working at a desk and you need some frequently used tools like a pen or a pencil, or maybe an eraser or something you need very frequently. You might have a drawer. Instead of going to the main menu, instead of going to the storage room where maybe all the things are kept in a bulk or something, you would place it in your desk on your table where you can access them very fast. So the frequency is like a pencil pen. You just open your drawer and then you take it. That is how the computer system also runs, basically. So every time you need them, you just take them. So every time the computer needs an information, it first checks the cache memory. Every time you pull a request for information, it goes to the cache memory, checks what you need, if it's there. So the drawer is like the cache memory. It is small, it is fast, and keeps it for small, fast, super fast storage memory. So it keeps memory, basically, the things you need very often, just like a drawer or the desk. So you can access them quickly than going to the big storage area, wasting time. So by that scenario, it helps in the access of data very fast. It reduces the lateness, and then that keeps our memory very running speed. Just like you might have a drawer for everyday tools, a box or for less common things. Computers have different levels of cache. They have different levels of cache memory. You have the level 1 cache, level 2 cache, level 3 cache, and then the main memory. So when you pull a request for an information, the system first checks the level 1 cache memory to see whether the information is being stored there. If it's not there, then it goes into the level 2 to check whether the information is there. The level 2 has no information, and it goes into the level 3. And if the level 3 has it, then it goes into the main memory. Now, listen, when it goes into the main memory to check for the information you've requested and it's bringing it takes what you might need together with what you have already requested for. So when the request is being shown to the cache, the main menu, to pick what you need, what will be needed in the future, will be added together and brought to you, and then the ones are being stored in the cache memory so that you can access it. So all this helps the system to access information in a speed manner, and then helps reduce the latency. So basically that's all the cache memory does. I'll end here and leave the second presentation to next week to explain to you on the read operation of the cache memory. Thank you.
Hello class, my name is Jeffrey Ayando, and I'm here to take the second part of our presentation. The presentation is going to be on cache read operation. So in everything we do in this world, there is a backing spirit behind it. So we are going to take cache. The thing backing up cache is the cache read operation. So the cache read operation performs all the necessary functions to make um, the cache function properly as a whole. So we are going to look at what cache read operation is, and we are going to look at what makes up cache read operations. So let's read a bit. Cache read operation. The guiding force behind cache memory's efficiency. So like I said, cache read operation is just a backup that affects how the cache works. So let's take a look at the various functions of the cache read operation. So the first function of the cache read operation is that it locates data in cache. Let's explain a bit. When the CPU needs to read data, it first checks fastest, fastest level 1 cache. The cache stores data in fixed size blocks or lines, and each line is associated with a specific memory address range. The memory address is divided into two different parts: the index, the tag, and the offset. The index is used to determine the cache line where the data might be found. So all this is explaining how the cache read operation locates data in the cache. So the script said it first locates the level 1 cache. So after it locates the level 1 cache, it goes through to find if the item being searched for is over there. If not, it moves on to another division of the cache to look for that same data. Okay, so now let's move to the second function of the cache read operation. That is cache tag comparison. Now let's read a bit. Once the index is used to locate the cache line, the cache compares the tag portion of the memory address with the stored tag in that line. If the tag matches, it's a cache hit. Otherwise, it's a cache miss. Now let's take this example. During the times when we used to use recharge cards, we go and we purchase these cards, we scratch them, we input short codes. When we are done, we input the numbers on the scratch card, and if the numbers we input matches the series of numbers at the ISP's office or the ISP system, then we get our reward, which is the data we purchased. But if the information or the numbers we input from the card doesn't match what is in the ISP system, then our reward is being denied. We get errors and other stuff. So this is an example of cache tag comparison. So the cache does a comparison to grant you rewards, or to grant what you have asked the computer for. Okay, let's move on. Okay, during my explanation, I made mention of cache hits and cache miss, and I think I've already explained them. So I'm using the same recharge card example I used earlier. So if you buy a recharge card and the number you enter from the recharge card matches what is in the ISP system, then you get the reward. That becomes what? The cache hit. But if the number you input does not match what is in the ISP's office or the ISP system, then it's a cache miss, since you won't get any reward, or you are not going to get what you purchased for, because it's a wrong information, it's a mismatch. Okay, so thank you, and I'm going to leave the rest to my next colleague. Thank you.
Good day, class. I'm Emmanuel Sapon and a member of Group 4, and I'm to take you through cache organization. Cache organization refers to the way data is organized and stored in a cache memory system. there are different cache organization techniques, including direct map, set associative, and fully associative caches. Okay, so now to continue with, let's talk about how everything happens fast on average. Sometimes you find things easier, sometimes it takes time to find things. On average, the time it takes to find what you need includes the time for both cases. Similarly, in a computer, the average memory access time, that is AMAT, considers how often you find stuffs in a cache and how long it takes to find things from the storage room. Into brackets, cache miss penalty. The average memory access time is a crucial performance metric that indicates the time it takes for the CPU to access memory on average, including both cache hits and cache misses. It is affected by the cache hierarchy, cache hit rate, cache miss rate, and memory access time. The formula for AMAT is average memory access time equals to cache hits time plus cache miss, into brackets, cache miss rate times cache miss penalty. This is simply the formula for finding AMAT, that is the average memory access time. To continue with, cache hit time. Cache hit time is the time it takes to access data from the cache when a cache hit occurs. It is very short compared to main memory access time due to cache proximity to the CPU and its high-speed nature. Cache hit time includes time for tag comparison, data retrieval, and data delivery to the CPU. That is the time it takes data to be moved from the cache to the CPU. We have cache miss rate. Cache miss rate is the percentage of cache access that results in cache misses. A lower cache miss rate indicates better cache efficiency and performance. The percentage of memory access that results in cache misses, it is calculated as misses over total access. That is the formula for calculating cache miss rate is the misses over the total access. Cache miss penalty. Cache miss penalty is the time it takes to fetch data from the main memory when a cache miss occurs. This is significantly longer than the cache hit time due to slower nature of the main memory. So at this point, I'm going to bring my presentation to the end, and my colleagues are going to continue from where I end.
Hello, I'm Cashe Memory. I'm here to present effect of cache hit on average memory access time. I would like to share my screen whilst talking. Cache hits are like having your tools handy. They make your work smoother, just like how computer perform before when they find things in the cache. It's like having a well-organized workspace. When the cache works well, the computer can finish tasks more quickly, saving time and energy. A cache hit decreases the average memory access time since it avoids the longer main memory access time. When the cache hit rate is high, the average memory access time is reduced because a longer portion of memory access can be certified from the cache, which is faster. In contrast, a long cache hit rate increases the average memory access time because more memory accesses result in cache misses, leading to longer cache miss penalties as data needs to be fetched from the slower main memory. Cache hits have a have a profound impact on the overall performance of your computer system. One, reduced latency. Cache hits lead to significantly lower memory access times compared to the accesses data from the main memory, as caches are much faster. Two, improve throughput. Caches are like having your tools handy. They make your work smoother, just like how computer perform before when they find things in the cache. It's like having a well-organized workspace. When the cache works well, the computer can finish tasks more quickly, saving time and energy. The cache decreases the average memory access time, since it avoids the longer main memory access time. When the cache rate is high, the average memory access time is reduced because a longer portion of memory access can be certified from the cache, which is faster. In contrast, a long cache hit rate increases the average memory access time because more memory accesses result in cache misses, leading to longer cache miss penalties, as data needs to be fetched from the slower main memory. Cache hits have a profound impact on the overall performance of your computer system. One, reduced latency. Cache hits lead to significantly lower memory access times compared to the accesses data from the main memory, as caches are much faster. Two, improve throughput. Frequently cache hits reduce the CPU idle time, enabling it to perform more computation in a given time period. Three, energy efficiency. Cache hits consume less power compared to accessing the main memory, contributing to energy efficient computing. Techniques to reduce cache misses. To enhance overall system performance, various techniques are employed to reduce cache misses. Cache associativity. Increasing cache associativity allows for more flexible data placement, reducing the likelihood of cache conflict and improving hit rate. B, cache prefetching, anticipating future memory access pattern and fetching data into the cache before it's requested can reduce cache misses. C, larger cache size. Increasing cache size accommodates a larger portion of frequently accessed data, reducing the chance of cache evictions. D, cache replacement policies. Efficient replacement policies determine which cache line to replace when new data must be loaded. LRU, least recently used, and LFU, least frequently used, are examples of replacement policies.
Hello class, I'm Jobo Timothy, and today I'm here to take you through some significant and the future implications of the cache memory. As we all know, cache memory has been instrumental in bridging the speed gap between the processor and the main memory. As technology keeps on developing, we are witnessing advancement in the cache hierarchy, memory management, and smarter prediction algorithm. And the demand for faster data accessing in fields like AI, gaming, and scientific simulations continue to push the boundaries of the cache technology. Cache memory is like a hand drawer. As my colleagues were saying, it brings the tools we need closer to us, maybe in the office or in the work field, just like the cache memory does for the CPU in computing. This small ultra-fast level stores data that are used often, reducing the time it takes to access it from the main memory. In computing, cache memory is organized in levels, with the closest one being the fastest. When a computer needs data, it checks through the cache first. Finding what it needs quickly is called cache hit, while having go through the main memory is also called cache miss. The cache hit speed up the computer's work because they save the time it takes to access data from the slower main memory. The average memory access time, that is the AMAT, combines both the cache hits and the cache miss. It considers how often data is found in the cache and how long it takes to fetch data from the main memory. When it is not in the cache, efficient cache helps computers to perform tasks faster, similar like having your tools within arm's reach, making your work smoother. Cache role in computer architecture is all about optimizing the speed and the efficiency of computers. Just like a well-organized space helps you to be more productive. An effective cache system helps computer process data more faster, and it uses less energy overall. All what we are trying to say is the introduction of the cache memory has helped the processor or have saved the processor from going through the main memory in order to fetch data to execute a task. And nowadays, the fastest computers that we have now, by the next 2 years to come, they will be at cake, because as we are moving on, the cache technology, they are also developing. So for the next 2 years to come, we will get computers that are more faster than the current ones we have. So that is all what I have for you. Hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for your time.